The last bus came at 12:47 a.m. It always did. Ethan checked his phone for the third time, even though he already knew the time. No signal. No notifications. Just the cracked lock screen reflecting his own tired face. The bus stop sat alone at the edge of the Highway 1 flickering streetlight. A rusted bench and forest on all sides. The road behind him stretched into darkness like it had no end. He hadn't meant to stay so late at work. Overtime again. The city buses stopped running after midnight, except this one route, an old rural line that cut through the woods before looping back toward the suburbs. Nobody liked it. Too many accidents, too many stories. At 12:47, right on time, the bus appeared. Its headlights cut through the fog, slow and deliberate. The engine growled like it was waking up from a long sleep. As it stopped, the doors hissed open. Ethan hesitated. The driver didn't look at him. An old man, thin as a skeleton, skin gray under the dashboard light. His eyes were open but unfocused, like glass marbles left in the rain. "You getting on or not?" the driver said, voice flat. Ethan swallowed and stepped inside. The doors closed behind him with a final, heavy thud. Inside, the bus smelled wrong. Not garbage, not fuel. Something old, like damp fabric and dust that had never seen sunlight. They were passengers. That surprised him. 6 of them, scattered across the seats. All sitting perfectly still. No phones, no talking, no movement. Ethan nodded awkwardly and took a seat halfway down. The bus started moving. No one spoke. 5 minutes passed, then 10. The road curved deeper into the forest. Trees leaned in close, branches tangling overhead, blocking the moonlight. The streetlights vanished one by one until the bus was swallowed by darkness. Ethan glanced at the nearest passenger. A woman in a pale coat, her head tilted slightly toward the window. Her reflection stared back at him, but her face didn't blink. He looked away. Get a grip, he told himself. People are just tired. The bus hit a bump. No one reacted, not even the woman. Ethan shifted in his seat, heart starting to beat faster. That's when he noticed something worse. The windows, they weren't reflecting the forest anymore. Outside was nothing. No trees, no road. Just black, as if the bus wasn't moving through space but through an empty void. Ethan stood up. "Hey," he said, trying to keep his voice steady. "Driver!" The old man didn't respond. Ethan walked closer to the front. Each step felt heavier, like the air was thickening. "Excuse me," he said louder. "This isn't my stop." The driver's hands tightened on the wheel. "You passed your stop," he said. "That's impossible." "You passed it," the driver repeated. Ethan's pulse thundered in his ears, then stopped the bus. The driver turned his head slowly. Up close, Ethan saw that the man's eyes weren't just unfocused. They were routing. Yellowed, clouded, veins like cracks in old porcelain. "Can't," the driver said softly. "Not anymore." The light flickered. For a split second, the bus interior changed. The seats were torn, stained dark. The floor was wet, not wheat rind, but something thicker. Then the lights steadied. Everything looked normal again. Ethan staggered back. "What is this place?" he whispered. One of the passengers moved. The woman in the pale coat turned her head toward him, her neck bent too far. Her eyes were sunken deep into her skull, lips stretched thin over gray teeth. "You're new," she said. Her voice sounded like it came from underwater. "What do you mean new?" Ethan asked. She smiled. "We were you," she said. Another passenger spoke, a teenage boy with half his face burned away. "Missed stops," he said. "Wrong turns. Accidents." A man near the back lifted his head, revealing a crushed chest, ribs visible. "Some of us fell asleep. Some of us ran." Ethan shook his head violently. No. This is a dream. I'm alive. The woman stood up. Her feet didn't touch the floor. This bus, she said gently, doesn't carry the living for long. Ethan backed toward the doors. Let me off, he begged. Please. I don't belong here. The driver laughed. A dry, rattling sound. Everyone says that. The bus slowed. Ahead, something appeared in the darkness. A bus stop. Identical to the one Ethan had boarded from. Same flickering light. Same rusted bench. The doors opened. Cold air rushed in. There, the driver said. Your stop. Isan bolted. The moment his feet hit the ground, the door slammed shut and the bus vanished, no sound, no light, just gone. Silence swallowed the forest. Ethan collapsed onto the bench, gasping. His phone buzzed. Signal. A message. Unknown number. You left something behind. Ethan's blood ran cold. What? He whispered. He looked down at his hands. They were transparent. The forest behind him shimmered like a reflection on water. He stood up and stumbled toward the road. No headlights came, no sound. Only the streetlight flickering above him. Then he saw Italiano across the road. A wrecked car wrapped around a tree, police tape fluttering in the breeze. An ambulance, long gone, and a body covered by a white sheet. Ethan knew, without lifting it, that it was him. Behind him, an engine growled. The bus reappeared, doors opening. The driver leaned out. End of the line, he said. Ethan didn't scream. He just stepped back onto the bus. The doors closed. At 12:47 a.m., the bus drove on, and the bench sat empty, waiting for the next passenger.